dudes and dudettes, welcome back to our channel, and this time I'm going to show you why we do this channel and what it's all about. So we're in a little ride today, and a buddy of ours, Mr. M, another Mr. M, from one of the crew members, had a little leak in the carburetor. So this is Mr. M right here. So this is Mr. M. Say hello to the folks. And this is his Harley. So this thing is leaking a little bit of gas out of the carb, and we have discovered that the rubber that connects it to the manifold has been ripped because it's been placed wrongly. So we got a new kit, and we're gonna rebuild the carb with new rubbers and a needle. And a needle. Mr. B ain't gonna do it. No. Where's Mr. M?
Mr. M just got a lot smaller.
Ain't gonna do it. And Mr. R ain't gonna do it. His bike, and he's gonna do it. And he's gonna learn, and he's never done it before.
Thank you.
That should be fun. Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
What?
Okay, gotta make sure that it's properly in there.
En naar links toch?
Ja, other left. The other left. No, that's tight. No.
See? You just have to rely on a few friends to tell you. It's a ratchet.
Yes, I need it.
Mr. M, it's a ratchet. You don't have to turn it.
No, dat is het.
Wat?
You can do it like that too, but the whole purpose of a ratchet is that you don't have to make full turns.
Knock it now van.
Yeah, you just take it off. This is the first time he's ever wrenched.
No, that's not gonna fit.
No.
The small one. No.
So how long have you had the bike, Mr. M?
1 year. Exactly.
year.
And you're already on your knees.
Grab us there.
Yeah, well we had one. Dudes and dudettes, we do not have beer. Something's got to be done about that in a very short period of time. So the next step is taking off the rest of the air filter. That's what a ratchet is.
Yeah, but I have to learn it first time.
Yeah. Well,
It's
that's
the
what we're
first
here-
time, of course, you know.
We're here to teach you. And now, Mr. M, you have to take off the carburetor. And to do that, all you have to do is
Pull it.
pull. Pull it right off. There you go.
Yeah.
And then behind there, watch out for your fingers, you don't burn them. There's the rubber that you have to pull off.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Line and
But you have to pull off the fuel line, and you have to pull off the cables. So it's a lot of work. I'm sure he's going to be able to do it. All we have to do is make sure that he does it right. Mr. B's going to loosen up the choke cable. As you can see, nothing comes easy on a motorcycle. Harley is one of the easier ones. If you had the Japanese bike, a metric bike, it'd be a lot harder. So this is not so bad. We have to take off the horn, then take off the cable. Okay, wait a minute. Don't go anywhere. Stop. We had a little agreement,
oh yeah.
and that you're not going to do it. You're just going to instruct. Mr. M's got to do it.
Yes, I know.
We already helped him too much by taking off the
Oh.
choke cable and the horn. There, you did it for 90% all by yourself.
Okay, 80. 80%.
We drained the gasoline so we don't get it all over the place. We did a little bit of a road trip today, just a small one, because Mr. E, as you know, as the owner of Virex and the designer of our logo, has finally got his license. and his former colleague, Miss M. She also got her license, and they're going on a little road trip this weekend coming to Luxembourg, and you've seen that pass by before. So they need a little bit of training, a little bit of saddle sore just to get used to the 3-4 hour drive. So that's what we did, and decided to fix his bike right away from Mr. M 2.0. So explain to the people on RBM, how was your first trip on a motorcycle? She got her license, so it's legal. Was it fun?
Yep.
Yeah, you got a sore ass?
Yep.
She's got a sore ass. And it wasn't us hitting it. Mr. E also had one of his first motorcycle trips with the gang. He was having a whale of a time.
Yeah, it was
And
a
he's
great
all-
ride.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a great ride.
It wasn't a long ride, but we had to stop off at the Harley dealer to pick up some stuff for Mr. M 2.0. And then we had something to eat. We did a little bit more riding, and now we're back at the RBM garage.
Drinking Fanta.
Ran out of beer. That
Not a
sucks.
beer. Only Fanta here.
Yeah, you got another nice t-shirt.
Oh yeah, I do.
Look at that. And obviously we have a little group app, and this little puppet comes up every once in a while, and
Jerks off.
it jerks off.
Like ketchup.
This is not monetizing material though.
Ah.
So here we are in the RBM Repair Crew shop, and Mr. B is going to explain to Mr. M 2.0 how the carburetor works and what it's for. Take it away.
This is,
Tell me.
this is airside for the filter.
Yes.
Let's go to the manifold, to the both cylinders. Air comes through here.
Yeah.
There is a throttle valve, as here. The butterfly valve is here. So you open the butterfly valve, more air gets through, it lifts this valve, so it opens more, and this one as well.
And what happens when
So-
that valve comes up?
More air goes through, and here is gasoline, and sucks gasoline out of here into the cylinder. So what we're gonna do is remove those bolts.
What's under there? What's under those bolts? Why do you have to remove those bolts? Does he know what's
There's a
under
gasket that is leaking, that's your problem.
Okay, but what's in there?
That's
There's a
the
float,
That's the float.
the float,
That's good.
and there's the jet. That depends on the size, how much gasoline you get into the air mixture. Put in a new needle, float needle, check floater height, and renew all the gaskets, including the accelerator pump.
What I'd like to mention is that when you're replacing all these parts, all these gaskets, they're all of rubber. Now, I've witnessed it before, and I don't know if anybody else out there has had this issue, but when you put your float needle in, dip it in gasoline for a while, let it soak in there, otherwise it's going to kind of get all stuck when it's in your float bowl when you do it without it.
Okay, now that is my job, what you do.
Remove
Now you can just pull that float bowl off, like that.
Yeah.
Be careful, watch out for the rubber.
Yeah, I got the rubber.
Okay.
So we're gonna replace this sealant, which is probably this. Either this one is leaking, or the one of the accelerator pump.
Mr. B's taking over because it's kind of delicate work, and if you've never done it before and you screw it up, then he's totally shot and he won't be able to do anything at all. He won't be able to go home or whatever it is, at least not on Harley. So we're gonna take that little thing Mr. B's gonna do himself. The next step is to remove the accelerator pump.
There are two little rings here.
Those have to be replaced.
We replace those, and we always replace this one.
That's the little boot that goes around the accelerator pump shaft. We just checked out the tiny little rings that are in there, and they were pretty hard, so that means they're ready for replacement. Mr. M 2.0 is going to have a nice, tight carburetor. That's right. Okay, so the next step is, tell us,
Now we got the new rubber rings in the accelerator pump cover. There's a ring here that corresponds with the ring here. Put on the spring.
Mr. B wanted to take over right away.
Sorry,
So now
That's
Mr.
right.
M
professional
wanted to-
deformation.
Yeah, I know, you're terrible, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm an engineer. I look with my hands. That's leaking. That's the leaking one.
How do we do that?
You just gotta peel it out of there.
Klein mesje op schroevendraaien.
Okay, so Mr. M 2.0 asked us, how come there's 3 different seals in there? Where did they go?
No. I say he takes one out. And
Oh, he
I-
takes one out, yeah.
I look for the new and I see 3 new ones. It's only one out.
Yeah,
Why there are 3?
yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
now you know. So tell the people.
Yeah.
For different cars. Different types of carburetor.
And they tell me you have different types of carburetors. This which one I need. It's right.
Oh, there you go. That's your answer.
Yes.
So you can use it for 3 different types of carburetors.
Yes.
Now we put the needle, which we soaked in gasoline.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it back into the. I'm gonna let you try.
Not wasting
go
all this
there.
money. Let's go there.
Let's go there. So it hooks on this small metal part. So there's a hook here, and it hooks on this part.
Yeah.
So you just hook it in here. Can't see shit.
You don't have your glasses.
Mm.
Mr. M 2.0 has your glasses.
Yeah. And now you just drop it in there. That's it.
So now we got the pin in there for the float needle, and now we're going to adjust the float level. So we have a little app, or at least Mr. M or Mr. B has a little app on his telephone that's going to give us the
No,
proper
we-
degrees.
Normally you adjust your carb upside down. So this line on your float, place it like this, and the line on your float should be parallel with the side of the carburetor. There is an actual measurement for it. It has to be between 10.5 and 11.5 millimeters. This side looks in spec, and you can see if I go down, I just slightly pinch it. I think it's okay.
So Mr. B got it up to specs. As far as we could tell, it's perfect the way it's supposed to be. Now the next step is putting it all back together, I'd imagine, wouldn't it?
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it was only 18 euros, which is around 25 bucks Canadian, around 20 bucks American, I guess. So it's really cheap. And if you have to have it done by somebody, it's going to cost you at least another 200. And now it's not. Okay, the carburetor is back together again. And now it's time to put it back on the bike. And of course, we're not going to do that either. Mr. M 2.0 is going to do that. Let's watch him get his hands dirty again. Yeah, this is easy work.
For you, it's my first time. Remember?
Yeah, but you'll get it done.
Hello, Mr. Marvin.
Hello,
Mr. M.
sir.
Mr. M.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, Sir R.
Mr. E is playing with my camera.
Yeah, I'm just playing a little bit so I can get used to it and film all those magical moments with Harley Davidson and the biker Prague crew. This is our little princess. She hasn't got a Harley yet, but
She's saving up.
she's saving up.
Oh, it's
But we have a little secret, guys. Don't tell them. Don't tell him. It's the missing link.
No, just a second. On the other side. That's your.
It's time to finish the project.
Finish the project.
Finish the project.
Finish the
Finish the
project.
No, you forgot the With the small ratchet. No, for sure.
Oh hell, fire it up.
Baby.
The cover on and then you're finished.
En waar is die schroef?
Ja.
Ja. Ben je gek?
Nee, je bent een vliegtuig.
Nee.
We have a little game for you, Mr. M version 2.0. It's called Hot or Cold. You have to find the screw by yourself to finish the job. And every step you take,
Yeah, it was
you say
inside,
hot
but
or cold.
I don't know where they leave it. Where they put it. Nice question.
Where's the
Where
screw?
did you put your
In your
screw?
pocket or what? Yeah, no,
You
it was
can't
inside
find the
this one.
screw.
Fuck you, what do you have in your hands?
So dudes and dudettes, we have come to a close of fixing Mr. M 2.0's Harley. After around 20 years of having, about 20 years of having rubbers in his carburetor, CV carburetor, in his 2000 Fatboy. And this is a pretty special bike, and I'll show you guys what it looks like a little bit more in detail at the end of this video. So I'd like to thank Mr. M 2.0 for fixing his own bike for the very first time in his life.
Sorry.
You did it. You did it yourself. You did it yourself.
I do my best.
See, folks, you can do it too. If you have good friends, YouTube and internet and a good book, you can do it all too. So stick around, you guys. Take care.